Let's be honest, your kitchen counter space is prime real estate, and most smart ovens end up being glorified bread toasters. I spent the last month testing these 5 models in my own kitchen, cooking everything from midnight frozen pizzas to a full roast turkey, just to see which ones actually make life easier and which ones are just clutter.
Product number 1. Toshiba EM131A5C BS Black Stainless. When I first pulled this Toshiba out of the box, the black stainless finish really stood out. It doesn't have that cheap plastic feel you find in big box stores. It's solid and looks sleek. I'm a fan of the 1.2 cubic foot size because it fits a full dinner plate without clunking against the sides, but it isn't so massive that it eats up my entire prep area. The smart part here is the humidity sensor. I tested it with some leftover rice, which usually turns into pebbles in a microwave, and it actually came out fluffy because the sensor adjusted the power as it sensed the steam. But my absolute favorite feature? The mute button. You just hold down the 8 key for a few seconds and that annoying beep 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 is gone. If you have a sleeping baby or a roommate who works nights, this is a lifesaver. The 1000 watts of power is the sweet spot. It boils water quickly but doesn't instantly scorch the edges of your frozen burrito. It's got 12 auto menus, though I mostly found myself using the sensor reheat and the popcorn setting. If you want a microwave that's quiet, easy to clean, and actually smart enough not to dry out your leftovers, this is the one to get. It's a workhorse for a busy household that just needs things to work. Now, if you like this model but want a different look for your kitchen, check this out.
Product number 2. Toshiba EM131A5CSS Silver Stainless. This is the sibling to the black stainless model I just mentioned, but in a classic silver finish. Handling them side by side, the build quality is identical. Sturdy door handle, responsive buttons, and a glass turntable that doesn't wobble. The silver finish is a bit better at hiding fingerprints if you have kids constantly poking at the buttons, which I definitely appreciated after a week of heavy use. Performance-wise, it's a mirror image of the first one. I threw a frozen pizza in there using the preset menu, and it handled the defrost to cook transition smoothly. The 1.2 cubic feet feels surprisingly roomy. I managed to fit a medium-sized casserole dish in there without any issues. The easy defrost is actually easy. You just punch in the weight and let it do its thing. I didn't have to keep stopping it to flip the meat over every 30 seconds. It also has that same eco mode to save a bit on your electric bill when it's just sitting there. Since it's 1000 watts, it's plenty powerful for 99% of people. If your kitchen has a lot of stainless steel appliances and you want something that blends in perfectly while giving you that sweet, sweet silence of a muted buzzer, this is your winner. It's essentially the same reliable tech as the first one, just dressed up in a more traditional kitchen outfit. If you're looking for something that does way more than just reheat coffee though, we need to talk about these next ovens.
Product number 3, Breville BOV 450XL Mini Smart Oven. Opening the box for the Breville Mini, you immediately feel the difference in quality. Breville just knows how to make things feel premium. The knobs have a nice click, and the brushed stainless steel feels thick and durable. This is a small oven, but it's heavy for its size, which usually means good insulation and heating elements. The Element IQ system is what makes this smart. Instead of just blasting heat, it moves the power around. I baked a small batch of chocolate chip cookies and they came out perfectly golden on top and bottom without me having to rotate the tray. It's got 1800 watts, so it preheats almost instantly, way faster than my full-size range. The interior fits an 11-inch pizza or 4 slices of toast, which is plenty for me and my partner. I also love the non-stick coating on the inside walls. I let some cheese drip onto the bottom and it wiped right off with a damp cloth once it cooled down. It doesn't have a light inside, which is a bit of a bummer, but the LCD screen is super clear. This is the perfect choice for anyone in an apartment or someone who wants a high-end toaster oven that can actually bake and roast like a pro without taking up the whole counter. It's compact, but performs like a beast. But hey, if you have a big family to feed, you might need something with a lot more interior room.
Product number 4, Ninja DT251 Foodie 10-in-1 Smart XL. The Ninja Foodie XL is a monster, but in the best way possible. When I first set it on my counter, I realized this isn't just a toaster, it's a replacement for your traditional oven. It's big, but it's designed to be tall so it can fit 2 levels of food at once. I actually cooked a 5-pound chicken on the bottom and a tray of veggies on the top, and they both finished at the same time. The standout feature is the smart thermometer. You plug it into the side of the oven and then into your meat. I set it for a medium rare roast, and the oven literally shut itself off when it hit the perfect temperature. No more poking and prodding with a handheld thermometer. The true surround convection is no joke either. It air-fried some frozen fries to a crunch I usually only get from a dedicated deep fryer. The handle has the digital display on it, which I thought was a bit gimmicky at first, but it's actually really convenient to see the timer at eye level. It comes with 6 different trays, including an air fry basket and 2 wire racks. If you're into meal prepping or you host big dinners, this thing is a powerhouse. It's fast, versatile, and that thermometer makes it nearly impossible to mess up a roast. Now, if you want that same power but with even more granular control over how your food heats up, look at this last one.
Product number 5. New Wave Bravo Air Fryer Toaster Smart Oven. The New Wave Bravo feels like the techie choice of the bunch. It's a 30-quart XL oven, so it's huge, but what's really cool is how much control it gives you. When I was messing around with the settings, I found out you can actually adjust the top and bottom heaters separately by percentage. For example, when I made a pizza, I set the bottom to 100% for a crispy crust and the top to 30% so the cheese didn't burn. It worked like a charm. It comes with a temperature probe just like the Ninja, which is a must-have once you've tried it. But the real surprise was the 112 presets. Usually I ignore presets, but these are actually useful for specific things like dehydrating fruit or air frying wings. The linear T technology is supposed to keep the temperature precise, and in my testing, the internal temp stayed exactly where I set it without the usual swings you get in cheaper ovens. It can go up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to get a real sear on a steak. The build feels solid, with a thick tempered glass door and heavy-duty racks. This is the oven for the person who loves to experiment and wants total control over their cooking environment. If you want the most features and the biggest capacity for your money, the New Wave is hard to beat.